Hey guys, it's Christy and it's Friday, so it is Money in Abundance Day. I hope everyone is doing well. I have our manifestation candle with beautiful crystals and dried flowers lit, and our clear quartz crystal. So today I figured I'd draw a few cards from the money deck, and then I would like to draw a card from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. I always enjoy doing that one. The messaging is a little lengthier for the chakra deck, so that's why I'm just doing from the two decks today. So let's see what the universe has to tell us about money and abundance today. I know I'm feeling abundant. And that's important, is that we vibrate in that abundance vibration as much as we can. And it doesn't have to just be about money. We have so much abundance in this world. I mean, even thinking just about how the earth and all of the planets and the sun work, and the sun rises every day and brings us life, and we have that to be feeling abundant about, because this earth is amazing. It has so much for us, everything for us. And when you think about that, that can get you into an abundant vibration. The relationships around you can make you feel abundant. So anywhere that you can focus in an abundance mindset, focus there. Bring in that vibration as much as you can, because we all know the more we vibrate at a frequency, the more we manifest things of that same frequency into our lives. So if you are in an abundance mindset, you'll attract more abundance, more money, more abundance in your relationships, in your life in general. So make sure you're doing things that can bring that abundance mindset to you. I love, love, love listening to, there it is. Okay. Our first message is here. I almost dropped the rest of the cards. Okay, so our message is: achieving success is my natural birthright. That's a great reminder for us. You are meant to succeed. You're supposed to succeed. And failure should feel bad to you. We've gotten this card recently, because I remember that line, because I remember thinking, okay, failure should feel bad. So we got confirmation from the universe. Life is supposed to go well for you, and when it does not, there is something wrong. But what is wrong is not something that is outside of you, over which you have no control. What is wrong is within you, and you do have control. That's fantastic to know, that we can change that around for ourselves. We do have that control. And taking control is not difficult to do once you understand the basis of who you are, the basics of the law of attraction, and the value of your personal emotional guidance system. This keeps coming up over and over again, the emotional guidance system. So I feel like we should spend a moment there. Because when we're paying attention to our emotions, then we will know if we are further from our desire or closer to our desire. So when you're feeling contentment, ease, happiness, joy, when you're in that range, then you know you're closer to your desire and to who you truly are. When you're feeling sadness, anger, depression, rage, emotions of that nature, and they don't have to be that strong, but those are just some examples on that part of the scale, then you know you're further from your desires. So pay attention to your emotions, and they will guide you into more alignment when you're paying attention and you know what to do about it. So when you are in that negative headspace, take a moment to breathe. In one of my readings this week, we got the breathe card. I think it was the general reading. Take a moment to breathe. And remember, Our bodies are breathing for us all the time without us having to do anything. How abundant is that? But then when we can deliberately focus on our breath, it brings so much into our being. Not just the oxygen we're bringing in, that as well, but a sense of ease, a sense of release. When you let that breath out, let it relieve you of tension. When you're breathing in, breathe in abundance. Breathe out tension. And just make that a practice. If you find yourself in a negative place, take the time to breathe. Remember that throughout your day. It's really important. My what is need not influence my what is becoming. I love this so much. That ties right in with this last card. What is, whatever's happening in our lives, the reality that surrounds us. What is has no bearing on what is coming unless you are continually regurgitating the story of what is. How many times do we catch ourselves complaining about what is or talking about what is? By thinking and speaking more of how you really want your life to be, you allow what you are currently living to be the jumping off place for so much more. Wow, that's a really positive way to think about what is right now. It's merely the jumping off place for what's to come. I love thinking like that. I've never really considered it as deeply as I just did. So I encourage you to do the same. Even writing about it maybe, or just thinking about it. What you are currently living is the jumping off place for where you're going. And if you could think like that, think about how much less you're going to pay attention to what is, and you're going to think about what is coming. But if you speak predominantly of what is, then you still jump off, but you jump off into more of the same. This reminds me of another card that says that when you feel stuck, we're never really stuck because everything is always changing. But what's happening is when you're regurgitating what's happening, you're getting more of it. So it seems like you're stuck. Even though what's coming in is new, it's more of the same because you keep thinking and feeling in that direction. Wow. Okay. So when it comes to money and abundance, achieving success is your natural birthright. And my what is need not influence my what is becoming. So financially speaking, I would say let's think about our what is becoming. What story do we want to tell there? What's happening right now is simply a jumping off point. Everything can change from here forward. And it is going to change. How is it going to change for you? Is it going to change in the direction of what you desire because you're training yourself to think and feel there more? Or is it going to change into more of the same so you feel stuck there? So when it comes to finances, tell the story that you want to be your becoming and start seeing where you are now as, okay, this is my jumping off place into what I'm going to become. And that can be whatever I want it to be. Wow, that's a powerful message for money and abundance. I'm really loving that. And I think that you can do a lot with remembering to stop and breathe, get in touch with your emotions, use your emotional guidance system. Am I feeling negative right now? I want to feel more positive because success is my birthright. I'm meant to be abundant. I am meant to have the money that I desire. And start thinking more in that direction and think in the direction of what do I want to become? And then become it in your mind. Think about it and think about it in a way as if you already have it. Okay, there we go. And feel the feelings of already having it, having that financial well-being. Okay. So our card is impasse. and it is orange, which is our second chakra. So let's go to the book. Okay, so this book is going to tell us an overview of what the orange cards are, and then we can get into the details of this specific card, which is impasse. Okay, so the overall impression of orange. Learn to observe your emotions. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, yes. Okay. So the overall impression is emotional. The keywords are active, motivating, optimistic, emotional, sociable, enthusiastic, affectionate, and humanitarian. That's a whole lot. Okay, so the orange cards represent our emotions and how we relate to them. Wow, this is exactly what we need to hear right now. In the second chakra, you can learn emotional discipline if you choose. You need to master the skill of steering your emotions as you would a ship on the high seas. That's exactly what we've been saying. This is very important in manifesting. The orange cards reveal your emotional experience in a particular situation. Excuse me. Have a little water. Okay, sorry. If you are struggling with your feelings, look back to the red chakra, which is the root chakra, for the answer. Why? Because you source your emotional experience from a particular foundation or belief created in your root chakra. Wow. Okay, so when you're feeling an emotion, you're going to want to look back to what the belief is behind that emotion. This helps you to understand where your emotions are coming from. That's a powerful point. Next, observe your feelings rather than act on them, and your angels can speak directly to you through the emotions revealed in these cards. However, you must stand fearlessly and observe your emotions. If you can do this, you have begun the journey into manifestation. That is really true, because so much of the time we react to our emotions instead of looking at them, thinking about what caused this emotion, what belief is behind this emotion. So this is a lot of really introspection. You can walk the path you have previously only wished for. Master emotional discipline and you master how to manifest anything. I love that. So our card is impasse. What's done is done. This card can indicate the end of great emotional upset. The power to change direction for the better is supported in rest. We'll get to that story. Your angels appear to protect you in the long run. This is a detour, not a no. That's really great to know, because we were just talking about how where you are right now is a jumping off point. And so what they're saying here is it's not a no, it's just a detour. Be in the here and now. Things will change. Go where you are led for now. Wow, this all ties in with this reading so beautifully. I mean, of course it does. It's coming from the universe. So impasse is Reggie Rust. This path is obstructed. Reroute. So the legend is Reggie Rust is a guardian angel. One day, two friends, Clem and Craig, are dismayed to discover Reggie blocking their path through the mountains. With no way to get around him, wondering why Reggie wanted to stop them and not daring to try to pass. They take another route. Reggie then moves on, having protected Clem and Craig from a landslide ahead that would have claimed their lives. And they probably had no clue. Because a lot of times the universe does reroute us, and we're like, wait, why am I going this way? I didn't want to go this way. But then later in life, we may reflect back and go, ooh, okay, that probably happened because that other thing would have happened if I hadn't gone that way. You know what I mean? So the inspiration here is this is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. Okay, so here are the questions to ask yourself in relationship to this card. How adaptable am I? Am I adaptable to change? Does change upset me? Am I excited by change? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? That's a good question to ask ourselves. How do we feel when we feel like we are being delayed to getting to what we want? So the key ideas are change of direction, regroup and refocus, protection from harm, guardian angels. Okay, so here's the meditation. Visualize that which you wish to create. See yourself doing the very thing that you feel is currently blocked. So wherever it is that you're blocked, see yourself doing that very thing. Allow yourself to experience the joy this outcome will create for you. When you are ready, open your eyes and write down what you have visualized. Remember that there are many paths to your destination. Okay, I love this last part of this because oftentimes we think we know the way to what we want. And so we're so focused on getting it in this way. So the only way this money is going to come to me is if I work my butt off and put in my time and pay my dues. And that's not necessarily true. Money and abundance can come from so many places. But if we think we know where it's coming from, we're going to be focused there and we aren't going to be allowing it in other ways. Whereas if you can kind of expect the unexpected and be open to, many different paths, then I feel like you can experience more abundance than if you think it just has to come from this one source. So we have a lot to think about here with this message and how it relates to our financial well-being. So I hope you guys really got a lot out of this, and I hope you'll put some of these things into practice. And let me know in the comments what works for you, what brings you joy, what brings you into alignment with who you really are. What abundance would you like to see in your life? What financial situation would you like to see yourself becoming? Remember, where you are now is just a jumping off point. So I hope you guys will hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week. Cheers, guys.